Welcome to this edition of Decryptage on Africa 24 English. We are delighted to have with us Mrs. Naeemah HAZELLE. She is the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister of Saint Kitts et Nevis. She explains in details what Saint Kitts et Nevis is and its role in promoting renewable energy and transition. Mrs. Naeemah HAZELLE, thank you and welcome to Africa 24 English. Mrs. HAZELLE, what are the specifics of Saint Kitts et Nevis to attract more investments towards the country?
Saint Kitts et Nevis is embarking on the ambitious feat of becoming the first sustainable island developing state. One of our biggest challenges to achieve that is energy. One of our biggest investments, of course, is energy. So we're always looking for partners to assist us in developing new renewable energies. So we're working towards solar energy, wind energy, but our biggest investment right now is in geothermal. We have the potential for geothermal, which we think can change the region and particularly our country. A shift from tourism into energy production, that we could help our neighbors and the other CARICOM countries to improve their energy provision, that they could improve development in our country. So right now, energy it's keeping us back. We struggle with energy. We're struggling right now with water because climate change. So climate change is disproportionately affecting the Caribbean. And so really what we're investing in is trying to counter the effects of climate change for our people. So our issues right now are energy, water, and of course food security, so agriculture. So those are our three key areas. And then of course, as we see the world moving towards more renewable energies, we want to be a state, we want to make sure that our people are ready. So a big investment for us is an investment in our people and building the capacity of our people to be able to meet the changes that we're planning for in our economy.
You attended the Future Investment Initiative, a global investment and business opportunity event. What expectations do you have for your first participation?
Well, it's exciting to be here, one in Saudi Arabia. We are just about to open a consulate and an embassy here. They become one of our development partners. But we've also been working a lot. We've come to see what is happening in the world. We don't want to be left behind in the Caribbean. And this conference is the future of investment. So we want to make sure that we're here, that we're present, and that people know that we're open for business. So this was an excellent opportunity for us to be exposed to what's happening in the markets and the shifts that are going to affect us as part of the Global South.
Afreximbank has initiated the Africa-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum for 3 years in a row. How has such a partnership helped to change the Caribbean countries' perspective of trade with Africa?
Well, we've already started. We've been working for the last 2 years with Afreximbank. Very excited about the work that we've been doing with President Orama. Of course, that initiative was brought to the Caribbean by Prime Minister Mia Mottley. I think everybody knows Prime Minister Mia Mottley. And we already have some partnerships in the same areas that we're talking about: energy, food security. We're also looking, of course, in increasing improvement in transportation between Africa and the Caribbean. So, people to come to St. Kitts from Africa, it's like 5 flights. I have this flight, but really we're this close together. We're much closer than to have to go. So it's not just geography. I think mentally we have to start to see that this is where we're from. Caribbean people are all African descendants. We were all transplanted into the Caribbean. I remember the first event we had with President Orama. He said, "They brought you here in boats and we came back for you in planes," right? It really was impactful to me because it was like we were in the same spaces and we realized how much things we had in common. But the ideology has convinced us that we are so far apart, but we are not far apart. We're one people. So I think that this is an opportunity, especially after COVID. After COVID, we realized how at risk we were in terms of food security, and we didn't have any allies. It was almost every man for themselves in the COVID race. But that's when we realized, no, our friends are in the African nations. We are the sixth nation in the diaspora. So we really take that relationship seriously. It's very impactful for us. So now we're looking at not seeking relationships. We already have relationships with European countries, with North American countries, Now we're looking to develop the relationships where we started. And there's so much opportunities. Africa is next. you know? And so much opportunities in Africa, so much investment in Africa, so much resources. All the resources are in Africa. So we really want to be able to be back connected as part of we're just part of the African diaspora. So it would make sense that we're doing more work together, that we're investing together, that we're seeking solutions together. So the initial relationship that we're having with Afrexim Bank is just a start for us. We're excited to be working with companies like Evergreen, who are helping us to develop aquaculture, and just using the experience that we're seeing from our African partners that we don't necessarily have in the Caribbean, and building our capacity in that way. And then also they're bringing investment into the Caribbean for us in a way that we weren't seeing before. So we're very excited about that relationship, and we're looking forward to a continued fruitful relationship and seeing the benefits that it can have for the Caribbean, and also, of course, for the continent.
Mrs. Naeemah HAZELLE, thank you for answering Africa's 24 question. And to our viewers, thank you for watching this program. Stay tuned to Africa 24 English for more programs.